Alright, so I've made this video a couple times and I keep seeming to forget to hit pause, or I delete it or something. I'm not quite sure. Alright, so I've got the adults, and it's been a while now, the full-size adults. I've got them eating frozen food, frozen fish exclusively now. A big concern is a lot of the nutrients that they would be getting from live food, which is going to be whatever's in the gut content, as well as the organs and even some of the bone, is now missing. And when you use fillets, or you're using, like I do, I get the whole fish, but they've already been gutted and headed. So what I do, I ordered Mazuri croc chow, because supposedly that's one of the best foods, especially larger foods, pellet foods, with the correct nutrient balance. But the croc chow is a lot bigger than I thought it was, so I put it in the bottom of this. Let me show you the size. This was one pellet. I broke it into two pieces. I dropped it, and if you look at it compared to my index finger, that gives it a bit. It's about 2 inches. Sorry, compared to my index finger, it's about 2 inches. So good size chunk of food. I break it in half because if I leave it whole, they'll spit it out. I've been feeding it off and on for a couple weeks, trying to figure out the best way to do it. And I found if I break it up into smaller portions, shove it into the cavity of the fish, the turtles will eat it. If I soak it before I do that, they spit it all out. They don't like it. And then if I try and feed a whole one, they've actually spit out the whole chunk. So what I do is I put it in dry and feed it directly to the turtles. Alright, I'm going to pause this. Hopefully it actually pauses so I can stuff the fish, and then I'll come back to you before I start feeding the turtles. There is my girl right there, Big Mama, and then the bigger boy right here. The little boy, he's hiding behind him. He really does not come out. I'm having a hard time getting him to eat frozen, and then I'm still fasting him. So he's going on about a 5-week fast now. But I'm gonna keep at it. He's still doing healthy. He's still running around. He's still good. He just will not come out during the day. So I've got my 75 gallon here that more than likely I'm going to put him in until I can get him eating consistently. Either that or one of these 40 breeders that I've got on my rack right here. So I've got options on things. I've just been trying to hold off and just leave him where he's at. Let him acclimate to the system. Let him be comfortable. And then hopefully get him switched over. But I'm going to pause it and then I'll get back to you. Alright. So here it is. I ended up breaking it into a quarter because the half was still too big. I like it sort of to at least flush. And or whatever. Sorry, it's not really focusing that well. Alright, so it's in there, the cavity. I'll get my tongs, and then let's see if we can't get, usually the male, he eats a lot quicker. He's a lot quicker on the jaw than the female is, but let's see if we can't get that to happen. Alright, hold on real fast. Alright, back again. Excuse me, I sneeze. Alright, let's see if we can't get him to eat it. Alright, he's got a hold of it. I don't like it though because he's got his nose in there, so he probably isn't going to be able to do anything with it. So that didn't work out the way quite the way I wanted it to. Hold on. Alright, so before I could grab it from him, he was able to work it out. He figured it out. Alright, so as you can see, he's choking it down. The water is a little hazy. I just did a water change, and then it's kind of nasty, or a little hazy, I should say. The filters will eventually clean it up. It should be clear this time tomorrow. But yeah, so there's one down. I'll get the big girl to get her fish with and stuff it and get it in her. But that's pretty much how I do when it comes to feeding them. And again, this is to give them the nutrients they're more than likely missing, because they don't have the organs such as the brain, the eyes, the intestines, the stomach contents, none of that stuff. So there's definitely some nutrients I feel that they're lacking, and then with the croc chow, I'm hoping that I'm able to get those nutrients into them, since they're not getting it the normal way. So that's something to think about for individuals who are feeding frozen foods and you're feeding them fish fillets. There's still a lack of nutrients. I'm not aware of any liquid diet or liquid reptile vitamins and nutrients that I can use. And even if I was, again, I'm putting it in water, so I feel that it'll still be diluted or washed away in that time. So my solution is just to give them the croc chow, stuff it in their food, and get it down that way. All right, thanks.